Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Nerd and Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to enjoy the second part of me completing my The Dark set. Today we're gonna have a look at the blue cards here, folks, and if you have missed the first part, which was the white cards, then I will link to that video at the end of this video. But I bought this pile here of the dark. I'm going to put it aside so we can focus on the blue cards here today. And I was finally able to complete a set of the dark. And I'm pretty happy with that because the first video was a blast and the reactions you guys wrote in the comments were a blast. Everybody seemed to enjoy it very much, as I do as well, because I love the dark. I always have. One of the first expansions I bought. Yeah, actually, besides the revised edition, the first expansion I bought one Legends booster even after we got the dark in our retail store, in our LGS. It is a retail store, but that's not normally how you call it, Jürgen. But okay, so today we're gonna have a look at the blue cards, and if you are wondering what my system of putting the cards into the binder is, I'm just using Scryfall. Type in Scryfall card gallery, the dark in your search, and then the first blue card you will see is Amnesia, and it creeped me out back in the day. That hole in the head, it just was very, very creepy to me. So yeah, if you are here for the first time and you stumbled across the channel by accident, it's a very nice, relaxed atmosphere here. At least I think so, and I hope most of the viewers think so as well. Maybe consider to subscribe if you like videos like this. If you like the apprentice wizard and his concerned look and his bad ability to add 3 mana to your mana pool because he costs 3 himself. If he would have cost 2, it wouldn't even be a bad card. If you like that, maybe stick around. We do fun videos like this. We'll look at normal. This is normal Magic the Gathering to me. We look at more recent Magic the Gathering as well on this channel, and trading card games in general. So the Apprentice Wizard, I actually tried to play this one back in the day. It's been a while, but never really succeeded to make it work. Dance of Many, I personally somehow always was intrigued by this piece of art, and Sandra here has done a great job putting something mythical on the canvas, because it triggered me a lot, as most of the art in the dark did. And I think, looking at the comments of the white cards video from last time, you guys feel the same way, which is amazing. Like I said before, all those comments were very enthusiastic and I really enjoyed that. But the dark has a very distinctive style of art. Just look at this by Jeff A. Menges. There's always something going on with the boat in the background, but yeah, it's clearly focused on the shark, and it's so different to modern digital art. It's hand drawn. It's just captivating sometimes. There are some pearls in here in the blue cards, some of my favorite ones of the dark. Have to think of this card, by the way, Drowned. It's just a zombie which regenerates for 2 mana, and it's black blue. So yeah, why not? It's not cheap, but I think even in a black blue deck it was quite a cool card. The Grudge Skeletons and this one combined gave you a lot of blockers on the ground that weren't easily passed. You shall not pass. Remember Gandalf, but Gandalf certainly was not a drowned one and not a zombie neither. This set is something, Electric Eel. Somehow it looks good. 1 for 1 mana, but 1/1 for 1 mana, but you lose a life. That's not good, and you can pump it for 2 red mana. I even played that one in my red-blue deck sometimes, but somehow it didn't really work neither. Double sleeving, always difficult because the card unsleeves itself. So folks, what do I want to say? I'm just distracted. Just look at this art by Pete Venters. We had one in the white cards as well, and this erosion, of course, is very similar to that one. it just yeah, it's very simplistic, still very recognizable. It's not my favorite piece of art, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not hyping everything that is in here in the dark, like, oh, this is the best art ever. No, sorry, man, this is probably not your best piece of art, but it is unique, and that's all I'm saying. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what we have here as well. Yes, what did I want to say? And then we have a look at the flood, which actually isn't that bad, because you can just tap creatures, and it's 1 blue mana. So for casting cost, and then for 2 you can tap everything that walks around. Not the flying guys though. No, I picked up this set, complete set, for a fair price. I will let you know the price I paid for the complete set in the last video. I plan on doing one video for every color, and we're filling up the pages. Then we're doing a video for the artifacts and the lands. I don't know where I will put the gold cards, but we'll see. Ghost ship, by the way, not too bad. If the regeneration cost would be 2 blue, I even would like it. 2/4 flying for 4 mana is okay, and then it can regenerate if you need it to. So I actually played that in a deck right in the beginning when I didn't have a lot of cards, and it helped me out quite a lot. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. It could block that cockatrice my friend drew in pulled in one of his first starter decks. So yeah, we didn't really have an answer for that, but this one did. And I think, I'm not even sure if Giant Shark, again, something pretty nice. Then I finished that thought. With again something going on in the background, simplistic, shark in the front, boat, sunken boat in the background. No, I don't even know if the cockatrice on top of my mind, if it's a destroy effect or something, and if you can regenerate. Oh man, this brings back memories. Just look at this big guy. He was the biggest motherfucker around. The Leviathan, that's how we call it. I'm not quite sure what the English pronunciation should be like. Leviathan? Leviathan. Let's call it Leviathan, because that's how I call it for 30 years. Mark Tedin, fantastic artwork. He's about to devour that lighthouse there. And yeah, it was the strongest creature around for quite a while. So that is the heavy hitter of the blue cards in the dark. And it's just iconic. I think it's fantastic. I love that card. Now, to finish that thought about, and while you admire, please admire the Leviathan, because it's, I think it's awesome. While you admire the Leviathan, I don't even know if it works with cockatrice, if you can regenerate. I have to read cockatrice first, but back in the day we didn't really know the rules very well, so we played it like that, and the ghost ship could manage to do that. Mana Vortex, somehow quite an expensive card, 20-30 bucks, I think. You can control lands, so back in the day, if you had like Moxes or other mana rocks or whatever, you could basically like block out your opponent. It was way easier to do that with a balance, of course, but in general, these kind of cards can be mean sometimes. Only thing you have to do is sacrifice a land, and yeah, then it's in play, and then it's killing all the lands around. Here is one of my personal favorites. You know that, guys. I played the Merfolk deck in the beginning. Lord of Atlantis is one of my all-time favorites. And this little guy was part of my Merfolk deck. And the artwork here by, Denise is so fantastic. I think it's just beautiful. The guy looking out of the water, he just sunk a pirate ship or whatever it is, and that one merfolk on his own who could do that is just pretty awesome. And while we're at it, I heard some people talk about the famous combo, or should I say infamous combo, of the Merfolk Assassin. Let's have a look. It should be in here, of course, the War Barge. And that's actually, yeah, there it is. That's actually a combo I played in that deck, in that early Merfolk deck, one of my first, if not my first deck. Very simple with the War Barge, very expensive combo, but yeah, it's the only thing we had to get rid of creatures, at least in blue. Directly get rid of them. Give them Island Walk with the War Barge, and then tap the Merfolk Assassin to destroy that creature. That was the infamous combo, and it worked well. So yeah, some matches were won with this combo, believe it or not. So let's put back the War Barge, and we're gonna do the artifacts at a later stage. Yeah, there's the lands back there, and I normally try to put the not that valuable cards on top and on bottom of the pile, just to make sure we're not damaging anything here. And then we're gonna continue looking at the blue cards. We still got a couple to go. Yes, folks, fantastic artwork. Everybody seems to agree. Fantastic flavor. Mind bomb. Just look at that shit. It's crazy. Mark Tedin again. Mark did a lot of awesome cards. I think there are still in the blue ones, in the last ones here, there are still a couple he drew that are like fantastic. So the dark might be a very, very successful set when it comes to Mark Tedin artwork. And I mean, he did a lot more, but very unique cards, very distinguished cards from the rest. I think he could play around a bit with the dark because it wasn't that straightforward. So yeah, another one by him. Just look at this. This creeped me out, and this is also, I think this was in my first The Dark booster. I think I told that before, that story. First The Dark booster I opened, and I still have that copy. This is not the copy, but I have that copy in my other pile with the dark cards. So this one is pretty special to me as well, and the artwork is just creepy and awesome. That's what else can I say, folks? It is what it is. I was curious because the reactions were so positive about the dark, and there were a lot of people who said, yeah, I need to complete my set as well. Why are you not doing it? I mean, financial aspect, of course, is a thing. Even a couple of $100. Yeah, the Riptide here is pretty awesome as well, of course. Very simplistic, but very recognizable artwork. No, why are you not completing? If you are missing a couple of cards or whatever, just go for it. Put it in a binder, be happy with it, hide it in the sunken city here, and enjoy it for the years to come. The prices are fair at the moment. And again, I will tell you what I paid for the whole pile. It didn't make sense for me to buy single cards because I needed about half the set, a little less, but some of the heavy hitters. I have some of the heavy hitters, quite a few of them, but still I needed some of the more expensive cards. And yeah, I was captured by the Tangle Kelp and couldn't move, and I couldn't buy those because they were too expensive. No, joking aside, if I would have bought the single cards, it would have cost me a little more than the whole set, which was a bit strange. But if you are really missing like only a couple, or just get a whole set, and I know it's a lot of money still, but on the other hand, if you can buy like 2-3 collector booster boxes, or 2 of the more expensive ones, you can buy a set of the dark. And to me, that seems like a good choice at the moment, because you don't have to buy like 20. And then you can, even if you're not into an old set, even your players could enjoy this. Waterworm, not too bad. If the opponent controls islands, it was a 1/2 creature, and we didn't have a lot of those back in the day. Kruyderlaan was one that, with a Taiga, could achieve more than 1/1 in the first round. Very strong, but for the rest, we did not have a lot of creatures that were stronger than 1/1 in the first round. But yeah, depending if the opponent had islands, of course. So get yourself a set of the dark. Listen to me. No, do whatever you like. But even if you're a newer player, and I think I said that in the last video as well, This is so unique. Just look at the cards on the left here, the white cards. Then we're going to have a look at the blue cards. Yeah, you see that? When you double sleeve, and I explained that last time as well, but I'm going to do it again. There is a lot of air trapped in the double sleeved cards. And that means you have to get rid of that trapped air first, because otherwise the binder will be very thick after you put in a couple of layers or a couple of pages of cards. So what I do is I put the cheap cards on top and on the bottom of the pile, and then I take a heavy deck box filled with cards, very even surface, put it on an even surface like a table, and then even surface with the cards, press down on it gently, wiggle it around a bit, and there you see the trapped air disappears and you don't damage the cards. So yeah, that's a thing I would advise you to do before you put them in the binder after you double sleeve them. And I double sleeve all my cards because they are more or less sealed airtight when you do that, and that helps a lot with the preservation, but also of course with keeping them clean. That just looks good. That's very satisfying, like putting cards in the binder. I love to do that, as you know, and I know some of you love to do that as well. Folks, let me know in the comments if you have a personal favorite of the dark. I'm not quite sure what it is for me. I think Merfolk Assassin is definitely up there. Psychic Elegy is definitely up there. The Preacher is definitely up there. And stuff like even like Ball Lightning, not even Blood Moon. It wasn't really like a favorite of mine, but some cards I played with and I liked. But let me know what your favorite the dark card is. And if you say Leviathan, then you get an instant like from me. Because it's such a cool card. Iconic as they get. So this is these are the blue cards, and after we have finished putting them in the binder, I'm gonna take a break, and tomorrow I will record the black cards. I think are next, and yeah, we're gonna hopefully see that tomorrow already, of course, and then the rest will probably follow next week. Yeah, the black cards here. We start with Ashes to Ashes, pretty good card, and then we are gonna walk our way through it. Some very iconic cards in the black cards. Just think of Eater of the Dead and Frankenstein's Monster and Season of the Witch, that kind of stuff. We're gonna have a look at that tomorrow. Hope you're looking forward to that. Let me know in the comments what your favorite dark card is, please. I'm very curious. Thanks a lot for listening, folks. Thanks a lot for listening again to this video. Stay healthy, stay frosty, have a great weekend, and I talk to you next time. Bye-bye.